Toby was a curious boy who loved exploring. Summer meant a trip to Grandpa's old farmhouse, which was full of dusty treasures. One rainy afternoon, Toby found a teapot tucked away in the attic. It was cobalt blue and covered in strange symbols. Feeling a jolt of excitement, Toby knew this was no ordinary teapot. He ran to the kitchen, filled the teapot with water, and a sweet aroma filled the air. After taking a sip, the room spun. Toby closed his eyes, and when he opened them, he wasn't in the farmhouse anymore. Toby found himself in a bustling city where chariots raced down the street and people in togas bumped into him. He was in ancient Rome. Wandering through the crowded marketplace, he saw exotic spices and colorful fabrics. He bumped into a group of children playing a game with stones. One boy, Marcus, spoke to Toby in Latin, but somehow, Toby understood. Marcus invited Toby to join their game, and still amazed by the talking, Toby agreed. He was already on an adventure. Marcus and his friends took Toby to the Colosseum, not for a show, but to train as gladiators. Toby was nervous, but learned to wield a wooden sword and practiced his shield defense. The Roman boys taught him about courage and discipline, and Toby learned quickly. After a long day of training, Toby and his new friends sat together, sharing a simple meal of bread and cheese. Marcus's father offered Toby a drink from a familiar-looking teapot filled with a sweet herbal drink. Toby realized the teapot had brought him here and smiled, grateful for this incredible journey. Toby returned to the farmhouse, eager to explore more. He filled the teapot with water, this time adding a pinch of cinnamon. The room spun again, and Toby landed in a desert with towering pyramids in the distance. He was in ancient Egypt. Wandering towards a bustling city, he saw scribes writing on papyrus and majestic cats lounging in the shade. A group of children challenged him to a riddle contest. Toby accepted, eager to learn about this ancient culture. Toby solved the riddles. The children were impressed. They took him to see the Sphinx. The Sphinx was enormous. It spoke in riddles, too. Toby listened closely. He learned about the importance of wisdom and patience. That evening, Toby joined the children and their families for a feast. They ate dates and figs under the stars. Toby felt grateful for the teapot's magic. He knew it was time to go home. He took a sip of water from his canteen. The world dissolved around him. Back in the farmhouse, Toby thought about his adventures. He missed his new friends. He decided to travel again. He added a sprig of mint to the teapot this time. The world shimmered and shifted. Toby found himself in a bustling medieval village. Knights clattered down the muddy streets. Craftspeople sold their wares. Toby saw a crowd gathered. They were watching a jousting tournament. Toby had read about those. He couldn't wait to see the knights in action. The jousting tournament was thrilling. Knights crashed into each other. The crowd roared with excitement. After the tournament, Toby met a kind knight. The knight invited Toby to King Arthur's court. Toby couldn't believe his luck. At King Arthur's court, Toby met brave knights and elegant ladies. He learned about chivalry and honor. King Arthur gave Toby a quest. It wasn't about fighting dragons. It was about showing kindness to everyone. Toby returned to the farmhouse, his heart full. Feeling a tug of curiosity for a new era, he steeped the teapot with a blend of Earl Grey tea. As he sipped it, the world around him began to transform. Suddenly, Toby found himself in a bustling city where elegant carriages filled the streets. People around him discussed philosophy and politics passionately. Yes, Toby was in Paris during the Enlightenment. As he wandered through the city, he listened intently to debates about liberty and equality. He admired beautiful paintings and sculptures that dotted the landscape. Unexpectedly, he even stumbled upon a secret meeting of revolutionaries. At the meeting, Toby met a young woman named Sophie. Sophie was a revolutionary fighting for a fairer France. She took Toby to meet Queen Marie Antoinette. Toby was surprised. He expected the queen to be cold and distant, but she was kind and intelligent. As they sipped tea from delicate china cups, Toby realized that history was complex. There were always multiple sides to every story. He learned about the French Revolution from both sides, a time of great change and upheaval. Toby returned to the farmhouse. He had seen so much and missed his own time. Deciding to use the teapot one last time, he added a futuristic blend of green tea and mango. The teapot glowed, and suddenly, Toby found himself back in the farmhouse kitchen, but it was different, modern and sleek. Toby realized he was in the future. He looked around in amazement at the voice-activated appliances and a holographic display. Making himself a cup of tea, he sat down at the counter and smiled. He was home, but forever changed by his adventures. Toby's adventures with the magic teapot were over for now. He learned so much from his travels through time, met incredible people from different cultures, and learned about history, courage, and kindness. Most importantly, Toby learned that the world was a vast and fascinating place. Sitting on the porch swing of the farmhouse, gazing at the starry night sky, Toby knew that his adventures weren't over. He couldn't wait to explore more of the world, even without the teapot. He knew that every day held the possibility of a new discovery. Toby's story is a reminder that magic exists. It's not always about spells and potions. The real magic is in exploring the world around us, learning from the past, and embracing the future. It's about making new friends and cherishing every moment. So the next time you find yourself with a spare moment, put on a pot of tea. You never know what adventures might be waiting for you. Just remember Toby's story. The world is full of wonder. All you have to do is open your mind and explore.